Well, Matt, progression to the Carabao Cup second round on penalties here at Salford. What were your thoughts on the 90 minutes to start off with?
I thought we started off the game really well, really positively, without any end product, which we've harped on about since Saturday. And then I thought as the game progressed, that period probably half time, I thought they were a better team. Come out second half, and I just thought we needed to up his ante a little bit. I just thought we were a bit too one-paced, not enough tempo in his work. And then I think as the game progressed, it obviously got a little bit end-to-end, but I thought physically we looked a lot fitter than them. I thought that we had good opportunities probably towards the end of the game. They got cleared off the line, and obviously Holmes is at the post. They've obviously had a couple of chances with things have dropped down in and around the box. But then when it went to penalties, I was confident that Cam Dawson would step up. He's excellent at penalties, as we know from our previous time coming up against him. I'm just glad he's in our corner this time.
Yeah, it did seem like your team were the ones who, if anybody was going to go on and nick it, I know Joe Powell had the goal sort of pulled back, didn't he, for a foul in the build-up. You've hit the post through Jack Holmes, and you just kept pushing and pushing without having that end product.
Yeah, and I think that was my frustration Saturday. I spoke to the players about making sure we're ending with something, and I appreciate that's difficult at the minute. Look, when you lose a player like Sam Nombe, and it's difficult to replace. I thought Jordan led the line really, really well, probably with not a lot of support. And I'm sure he was licking his lips that last 20 minutes when balls were flying across the box. So there's a lot of positives to come out of it. I think we can all see kind of where we're short. We need that other striker to come in now, obviously with JJ being out. Hopefully Tete should be back in next couple of weeks, we're hoping, so that's not as bad. But we're going to lose Sam Nombe for a long period of time, which is usually disappointing. But again, I've always said it's next man up.
How a bitter pill to swallow is that Sam Nombe scored the 2 goals on the opening day, didn't he? Started off the season really well. Is there a sort of a time frame, or is it just sort of wait and see on that?
No, I think it's a bit of a wait and see. I think we're speaking to a lot of people at the minute. The results from the MRI ain't come back great, so it looks like he's going to be out for a while. But we'll give him every opportunity to make sure we come back, recover, and he's in the same shape as what he was, obviously, before this injury, because I think his pre-season has been excellent. He's led the line really well. I thought it was a threat again on Saturday at Stevenage without probably getting enough service, which is obviously down to the team. So look, I've said it all along, I'm a big fan of Sam Nombe, and I think he's getting most teams in this league. So to lose him is going to be big, but then now it's down to us to try and work on different things that might lead to goals. And I've spoke a lot about this over the summer, trying to replace some goals, because we've lost quite a few obviously from the summer. But I think tonight you kind of saw, we just looked at, without that killer instinct, a lot of good things going in the box and nobody on the end of them.
At the other end though, Cameron Dawson's proved to be the hero in the shootout, hasn't he? 2 big saves.
I said to the lads when we were in Huddle, he'll save a couple. I should probably put lottery numbers on. But yeah, he's a good keeper. I keep saying the same thing. I think for whatever reason, there seems to be a bit of an opinion about Cam, which I don't get. We've obviously had him. I think this is my 11th game now, obviously in my tenure, and he's been excellent. He obviously come out at the team because he got that injury against Mansfield, but I think every game has been excellent. If you look at Bolton game, you look again tonight. I thought he made some good saves Saturday. So yeah, I can't fault him at this moment in time.
In terms of the players who took a penalty, did you already have in mind who your 5 would be, or were you looking for hands to go up and sort of let them decide?
Yeah, we're a little bit difficult because we're going to let Arjani take one, and then we had to bring off because he cramped up. But it felt like we had a few who obviously were just showing like have had a bit lack of game time. So it's been a bit of a difficult period so far. Obviously we had his first game against Port Vale, and I thought we looked really good for first half, and then got caught up with a bit of inexperience, and then I was really disappointed Saturday. So we come back, and I've said all along, I think it's going to take a bit of time. I think that some younger players, you can see the potential they've got. Obviously Arjani, and you see Coletta coming on tonight, and we look promising. I thought Denzel Hall is just a class above when he come on. Just everything's assured and confident. So you can see why we brought these players to the football club, but it's just going to take a little bit of time to bed everything in.
How did you go about striking that balance in sort of your team selection as well? Because clearly you want to get through to the next round, but you've got to make sure that players are protected, aren't you, with a thin squad as it is?
Well, I didn't really want to play Jordan Hugill, if I'm going to be 100% honest. I didn't really want to play him tonight. However, I thought he were excellent, led line really well. So that were a difficult decision. But look, I've just said in there, it doesn't matter which game changes they have on the subs bench. I know that we've got strength in depth. We're obviously a little bit light because of 1 or 2 injuries, but hopefully by the end of this month we should have Cian Spence back and Joshua Coyote and 1 or 2 others. Sean Raggett's now obviously returned. I don't want to sound like a record that just keeps playing over and over again, but we can't really be judged until we get all those players back. And we've seen today, look, Marvin Coletta did his inside of his knee in training. He's come back, like, I thought, excellent when he come on, but he's still fitness-wise a long way off. So we've just got to do a load of work with the players. Arjani gave everything. He's cramping up at the end. Again, a different culture, different environment, different tempo. So, I think that over a period of time we'll get there, but I'm really excited to work with the group.
No Liam Kelly tonight either. Was that a case of managing his minutes, given his age and the injury problems he had last season?
Yeah, I just think again he felt a little bit something. It's nothing serious, but there's no point in me taking risks at this stage of the season. If we'd have had 3 or 4 games left at the end of the season, Kells had probably played. So look, it's not a massive one. We did it last week with 1 or 2 others. And we just have to make sure that we're managing people properly, because I think injuries can be caused by if you overuse players. And I know people go, well, overuse with 3 games into a season. They've had a long season last season. They've had a tough pre-season. There's a change, obviously, myself and staff and Ross and the medical department. So they're obviously getting to grips with what work rate we want. We're working nowhere near the levels that I would want to work, but like that's why Chairman giving me a longer term contract. I think we're trying to implement something that will take a bit of time, but I think once it comes off, you'll see the fruition of it.